to Canucks with Guitars without a theme song. Unfortunately, we're using Google Hangouts tonight because I'm at Gearfest. Well, when it starts tomorrow, I'll be at Gearfest. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, folks. Richie's having a slight technical difficulty. Imagine that. So hopefully he'll be able to jump in at some point. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask away. I'm a little wired. It took me 9 hours, roughly, 9.5 hours, including stops to get here. So good weather most of the way, I must say. You know, the roads were nice. You know, only a couple potholes and 9 hours of driving. It's not too bad. So yeah, I'm here. And how's everyone doing out there? Who do we got in the chat? I see R2R3 Locking Nuts in the chat so far. We are live. Yes, we are live. Okay, that's quite the little delay, I'm guessing. Okay. Awesome, awesome. I don't know if the notifications are working or not, so I haven't got a notification that I'm live, although it hasn't been doing that as much lately, at least. So I always thought it's weird. You know, it's like, I guess it's kind of cool. Like you go on the YouTube homepage and you'll see a couple of your videos for recommended viewing, which is awesome. That tells me, oh, YouTube is plugging my stuff, which is awesome. But it's like, no, I was there. I don't need to watch the video. I watched it once to review it anyway, so you never know in case we say something totally inappropriate or something. No, I'm using Google Hangouts, Ma. That's why I'm not reversed anymore. Hi, Ma. Hey, Dan. Congrats on making it there safe and sound. Thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Terry's GG&G commented on one of my vlog updates earlier. He's like, I guess you're going to have to drink PBR if you don't want to drink any watered down, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. Actually, when I was checking in, I confirmed with the front desk. I said, still Labatt's Blue in this state? Not sure. One guy was in the light. He's like, yep. Yes, I am set. So we got a 2-4 blue. Some of which is already on ice. I got a fridge right next to me, so if you hear a lot of noise and stuff, I've turned off the air conditioning and stuff and tried to do the lighting best I can, but I got a kitchenette kind of thing going on here, so yes, it's quite cool. Just checking to see if Rich is back to earth. What's going on? Nothing. All right. Well, start the show without him. Thursdays at 8, we know that. Hi, babe. You talking to R2? Just buttering up so he doesn't time you out again? We'll never forget. Hey, Zach. I will not time you out, I promise. And hi, Ma. There's Terry. No, it tastes quite good. Actually, does it say? It doesn't say. Oh, yeah, imported. So. Kind of weird buying Labatt's Blue in the imported beer section of the, where'd I go to? A Myers. Yeah, like Meijers. I don't know, like there's a lot of Canadians here, but man, that place is huge. Wow. They had to have had, what, 30, 40 checkouts, including the self-checkouts? Nuts. Yeah, imported from Canada. Yeah, from all the way from what, London? Which would have been almost halfway for me driving today. Oh, me. Well, thanks, Ma. Yeah, so got a few people jumping in here. So what do we got going on? It's weird doing the show without Richie. You know, it's one thing to vlog, but another thing for Canucks with Guitars. We shot a bunch of videos. We got, what, 6 gear reviews. We shot last Saturday, and then we started releasing them, Sunday. They started trickling out due to upload problems. We were hoping to have 3 out on Tuesday, and it took us, we only got 1 out, and then the other 2 until, what, yesterday. But, wow. One of the big one, reviewing the new Fender if I could talk, Player Series guitars out of Mexico there. The one where Rich and I just played those 2 and we didn't demo anything else. Holy frijoles, as they say. Like, view count, unless it's one of my long hangouts where you guys got to hit it 10 times to watch it all. You know, most of my videos are 150 to 200 views, and that thing's already at like 600 views. It's insane. So thank you, YouTube. Been awesome. By the way, you know Glenn Fricker's down there, right? I don't know Glenn. I think I know who he is, but I don't have anything against Glenn. I think I've seen some of his stuff come up under recommended stuff, but I'm not subbed. Oh. Scott Nickerson shared my post. Well, thanks, Scott. Hope he jumps in. It's like Pabst Blue Rhythm. Notice you can buy Canadian brewed or imported from the U.S. Yeah. I drank half of one once. Oh, and the Players Series NAMMs are apparently replacing the standard. Yeah. So basically the deal is a few people got sticker shock on them. I did a little, but like Terry and I were talking about it. Yep. The price of the standard telly that I was playing, it was only $30 more than the sticker was on my 2015 Mexican telly that has the coil tap, high output humbuckers, and all that fun stuff. So it's in line with that. They said roughly a 10% price increase across the board, but you're in theory, again, you know, because we're only going by what they're telling us, better pickups now and better hardware. So that right there, you know, that's got to be worth 10% more. So I don't see it as a problem. I think you're probably getting what, 15%, 20% more guitar for 10% more price. So I look at it that way. You know, I always look at the positive. What can I say? Let's see. Terry says, I was reading on Reverb about that, and I was like, WTF. Yep. So about time they do that. Standard from Mexico just seems wrong. Well, see, that's the weird thing. I don't know when they started cheaping out on the hardware, because when the Mexicans started, like if you find ones from about 20 years ago, those suckers were identical to an American. It was just built 50 miles away. It was the same hardware, same woods, same everything. You know, it was literally just lower labor cost led to the much cheaper price. You know, because let's be honest, they're going to pay someone less money per hour in Mexico than they are in California. Good, bad, or otherwise. Let's see here. Little David Ennis is in the house. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Let's see here. The Telly Player Series is awesome. Yeah, it was nice. And the Strat. You guys know how I feel about Strats. But that, what was it called, Terry? Buttercream, I think was the color. That thing spoke to me. It looked like an old guitar with that color. You know, sort of like a faded butterscotch or a, you know, dark and matured blonde. Just the electronics were cheaper, and that was it. Yeah. Well, there you go. And Scott Nickerson's in the house. Awesome. I saw you shared my post. Thank you very much. And Terry says, yes, buttercream. Awesome. And saying howdy to each other. We got 10 people watching. Cool in here. Had the AC cranked while I went out grocery shopping. Grocery shopping. You buy it at a grocery store, it's groceries, right? That Strat was awesome, and the trem actually worked. Holy crap, yeah, like I dive bombed that a couple of times. Not once, but twice. I didn't do it thrice, but I did do it twice. And I gave it a good dive bomb. And I thought, oh man, I totally put out a tune, and it came back and it was perfect. Like, if I was going to buy the guitar, I want that exact guitar, because I know the trem works on that exact guitar. I don't want another one of the same. I want that one. People say it's like a cross between a butterscotch and Olympic white. Yeah. I was thinking like between the butterscotch and the blonde, like my vintage tellies. It's 30 here hiding in the basement. Whew, that's a little warm. It got kind of, it was weird. As soon as I crossed the border, which ironically enough, Windsor is actually south of Detroit, for those who don't know. So I'm actually driving north, and I swear it was getting hotter. Adam EVH in the house. Hey, buddy. So yeah, one province and 3 states later, and here I am in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The north end, I would assume, because everything around here seems to be called something north. I have no idea. I don't know where I am. I just plugged in the coordinates in the phone, and That's all I got here. I just followed that because, man, those map apps use like no data. Like I reset it before I left because I wanted to throw a little data on like data used, so that way I know I won't go over for my data plan. Just gonna just quickly take a look at that. I know this is totally off topic, but I found it fascinating. I don't know why. I'm a simple man, apparently. Cellular, is that where it is? Yeah, so I had the thing on for 9 hours. 9 hours driving on a highway. So lots of GPS signals, cross-border, and I've used 26.3 meg, and I probably also, let me think, I sent a voice message to Jim Guidry. Jim, if you're watching, you got my voice message. He wanted, I think he must have been driving at the time, so he sent me a voice message through WhatsApp. You know, just tell me be safe on the roads. Adam knows. You talk to Jim all the time too. Speaking of which, I'm still waiting for a message from you, Adam, so we can chat outside of this. Let's see, be back in a while. Is that BBIA? Mom's requesting a run to DQ for a peanut butter. Can't disappoint mama. You gotta do what you gotta do, Terry. Love the FU shirt. FU tone. Let's be honest. The border agent, he kind of looked at it. He's like, so where are you going? Gearfest. Where's that? Fort Wayne, Indiana. Sweetwater. Oh, yeah. What are you doing there? I'm like, I don't know. Play a bunch of guitars, shoot some video, snap some photos. Who knows? He's like, and he looked at me totally serious, and he's like, who knows? I was like, well, I'm meeting up with a bunch of fellow YouTubers and stuff. Hang out, maybe go out, have a pint. Who knows? He's like, oh, okay. Mom's not happy. No one's happy. That's right. Mom, you can't have one. I'm not just saying that to be mean. Mom's diabetic, so I'm pretty sure a peanut butter parfait would probably it can't be good. It can't do good. Let's just say that. Quickly check here. Nope. All right. Well, there we go. And yeah, thanks again for all the comments and stuff. Man, I got in here and I was answering a bunch of comments on the various review vids and my live vlogs and stuff like that. Thanks. Took me a good 15 minutes to go through them all. I was getting notifications and stuff, and I was like, okay, yep. Not while I'm driving, definitely. So Dan Sullivan says he's diabetic too and miss ice cream. Oh, by the way, Dan, I like that little vid you did. Basically showing your two guitars, you know, like you, and the reason you have both guitars for the band you play in and the situation you're in. Loved it. Loved it. Heard a few tasty licks too. So if you guys haven't checked it out, check out Dan Sullivan's video. And R2R3's got a vid up as well of his new Stratocaster. And there's JJ's House of Jams, my brother. Yeah. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Yeah, they let me in the country. Silly. Actually, Bruce said to message him, let him know, kind of a heads up. And so I'm thinking, I messaged him in the U.S. I don't think I did. No, I didn't until I got to the hotel. But I had stopped for some gas, and honestly, I was looking for beer too. But Ohio's got some weird law, like they can't sell beer within so many miles of a major highway. I don't know if that's because their beer is cheaper and they get a lot of Michigan people buying their beer. Again, actually, I don't know. One of y'all states, whatever. But then again, hey, who am I to say? We have a dedicated beer store, right? We can't even buy beer in the grocery store yet. Apparently. We shall see. So yeah. The fun drive. Traffic wasn't too bad, especially once I got this side of London, Ontario. I really started thinning out by Woodstock even. There's a lot of truck traffic. Obviously, Woodstock's still a very manufacturing area. Hey, Ben, welcome to America, brother. Thanks. From one Commonwealth to another. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's been a while. It's been, when was the last time I was in the U.S.? Last May, I guess. So not just this past May, but like May 2017. So, because we canceled our NASCAR trip this year. So yeah, I'm a little wired from the road. I'm going to be going live again tonight. Well, I'm not going live, but you guys know Landon. I know Terry does, and Terry's the one guy who left. Zach knows Landon. Lando27 Music, which I believe there's a link down below to his channel. He's going live at 10 o'clock tonight, and he sent me an invite. So I said, sure. You know, what am I going to do? It's the eve before Gearfest. I'm going to be wired. I'm not going to be able to sleep too well. So I know I'm going to be dragging my derriere. So I will stay hydrated. We got 2 6-packs of Shorty Gatorades, so I can stay hydrated. See, I didn't buy just beer. Also bought, all right. Now these things, here again, totally off topic. One of the reasons I love America is grocery shopping. You guys have like Lunchables for adults? This is awesome. And they're like $1. Whereas these would be $3 or $4 in Canada. Love them. Hey, there's the Gigs and Gear. Awesome. I need to put a link down below to that. That is Adam's new channel. And I'm just going to quickly open up said channel so I can subscribe to it later. So just bear with me, gang. That's going to take about 2 minutes to load on this old beast of a computer. So, Adam, can I do just a brief little thumbnail as to what's up there? I'm not getting into any details, just basically just, you know, just a quick heads up, give you a plug. Because I don't want to do it if you're not cool with it yet. So let's see here. Right on. Should be a good YouTube night. Yeah, Dan. Zach says he'll tune in. R2 says, yeah, I know I keep looking over because the webcam, I have it centered over Hangouts and I have the chat over here. So deal with it. Oh, look at that, eh? Like 2/3 of a beer, and I'm like, deal with it. Drinking my courage. Say hello to Robert Baker at Gearfest. Yeah, if I see him, I was thinking about that today. I've checked out a bunch of his stuff over the last few years. So, trying tablet, not working on phone. All right, so Richie's trying to get in. Okay, turn that. Even try the laptop. All right, so did you say I can talk about this, Adam? Because I'm not going to unless it's okay. I just know there's a delay between me and the chat too, so. Let's see what else. David S. just subscribe to Dan Sullivan. Awesome. I think everybody should sub to everybody anyways. Excuse me. We're trying to get a Richie in. For some reason, he can't get into Hangouts on his phone, which is weird because that was the only thing we could. Okay, so thank you, Adam. Adam, you guys know Adam EVH, Jim Guidry. New channel, Gigs and Gear. Give it a sub. I will put a link down below. It probably won't show up on this video, but going forward, I'll put it up as the default upload because I had the previous channel, our Metal Stage podcast, in there. I removed that a couple of days ago because I was informed that there is no more our Metal Stage podcast, but there is going to be a new channel called Gigs and Gear, which is essentially going to replace it. So everyone should give Adam and Jim a sub on Gigs and Gear. And guess what they're going to talk about? Gigs and Gear. And I think, honestly, dude, because you guys covered so much on your previous podcast, better name, because you guys talk about it was more than just metal, you know, through and through. It was obvious. So I like the idea, but of course you're still going to get your metal on. I'm going to assume still no filter, balls out. Hey, Showman, can I say balls out? Because I just said it twice now. Oh well. I'm not monetized. What do I care? But maybe one day. Showman Blues in the house. How's the videos coming, brother? I did enjoy that Strat video. I can't remember if you've done. I've been so busy this week. No worries. No worries. Gigs and Gear. Just in case someone's not watching the chat. Gigs and Gear. Showman, new channel. No more Our Metal Stage podcast. Now, if you click on their Gigs and Gear in the chat, that's Adam EVH. And there we go. So I believe I'm not bad. I'm wired. I'm not even overtired. I'm pretty damn wired. Because as my cousin says, you know, NASCAR term, I had to get up on the wheel for the last hour and a half of the drive because as soon as I hit, like, I was in the western half of Ohio, the rain just started coming down more and more and more. And I must say, to my American viewers, beautiful country. Driving in, you know, through, I guess, southern Michigan, down through Toledo. Let's do it this way. See, I started up here because you're watching me. I drove south and west for 5 hours, 500 kilometers, 300 miles. Crossed the border at Detroit, went down through southern Michigan, around Toledo, and then across to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Kind of up and then back down. Y'all got some messed up roads, I'll tell you that much. Exits on the left. I'm not getting used to that, although I didn't mind the roundabouts in Michigan because I'm used to roundabout. We have one just down the road from our house. So, hey, there's Sinner. What's up, party people? Just chilling in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was making pretty good time, Sinner. I almost messaged you today. I was expecting up to 2 hours at the border because everyone knows the Detroit-Windsor border crossing is one of the busiest. And literally, I went over the Ambassador Bridge, which I'm not doing that again. I'm afraid of heights. And even just in my peripheral vision, like literally, I stared at the left rear mud flap of a tractor trailer in front of me. And I stared at the logo on that mud flap. And I almost vomited twice, and I think I may have pooped a little. So then I got it over the bridge, and they got, like, I don't know, four lanes open for cars at the border, and then they had 2 or 3 lanes for trucks. So I pulled up, and literally one car ahead of me, they were inspecting somebody. There was one guy waiting in line, and then I pulled up maybe 2 minutes, waited there another 2 or 3, and then the guy took a little longer with me because I guess sees a shirt, all he reads is "F you." What are you up to? There he is.
Hey. How we doing, folks? So you made it through the custom smokes all in one piece. No hands in the rump or anything.
Here, I'm going to plug in some headphones because you're awfully quiet. Actually, I can also adjust your audio level. Hang on.
Crank me. Crank me. Better? Is it better?
There we go. Oh, yeah, wide. So I can actually get to the control panel. There. Try that.
Hey, how are we doing now? Better? Yeah? Not so better? A little better?
That works. I'm still going to go with headphones, though. Because, look at me, I'm half deaf, right? I've been playing next to you for the last 2.5, 3 years.
That is true.
Now, what device are you on, sir?
I got it running on the tablet.
Okay, so you don't have the chat?
No, I do not have the chat.
Okay, there we go. Oh, man, this is awesome. I can totally crank it up. Now, did my mic turn up as well there or no?
Didn't seem to.
Okay, sweet. And those wondering, I'm using my new microphone, the Blue Ball.
Ooh, look at that spiffy piece of kit.
Yeah, $70 at Best Buy with a 30-day return policy, so we'll see if I keep it.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
We're in Fort Wayne, buddy.
Indeed. This is the digs, or?
Not too shabby. I did a brief room tour. Done 3 vlogs already. And can you move a bit to your left? You're off center. Perfect.
All right.
Oh, See, you should have shown up from the top. All of a sudden, boom, there's Michael B. There's apparently Romeo Delight's in here. So yeah, I'll as usual, I'll keep an eye on the chat. Showman was asking why you weren't traveling with me. You got a wedding to pay for?
I got a wedding to pay for.
Yeah, the channel's not
I got
that
a wedding
big.
to pay for in 3 months. It's getting crunch time.
Yeah, and so far I'm already down almost 500 Canadian on this trip, almost 600 between hotel and gas. Although, dude, I almost made the entire trip on a tank of gas.
I think
no, yeah, I didn't patch the exhaust, so the motor was laboring a little at times. But I put the tires off my old Grand Prix onto the new one, and other than one pothole, and I knocked, I think, a wheel weight off, so one of the wheels is slightly out of balance. So you would just turn a bit here and there to try to even it out, and all of a sudden then you're kosher again for 20 miles, and all of a sudden you're okay, you know, then we're good. Nothing too bad though. So Ma's watching. It's not that bad, Ma. I'll make it back, no problem.
Hey, Maggie.
There's a grocery store block and a half away. On sale, 2 for a blue for $19.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering what? It's almost $15 for a six pack in Ontario.
Yeah, it's pretty rich. Actually, no, we're in summer prices. $9.99.
Not last time I was in.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh wait, I bought a 6-pack of.
LCBO.
I stopped at the LC for a 6-pack of Corona, and that was
$14.95. Yeah, Corona's never cheap though.
They had it on sale before.
The cheapest I've ever got Corona was down in North Carolina.
Oh, I know. Yeah, so true, so true. So how's your week going, buddy?
It's been hectic and busy, but otherwise good.
Good.
Fixed up that valve state amp for Shane's buddy there.
Right.
Pick it up tonight.
Awesome.
In the repair video we can't post.
No. Yeah. I'm allowed to do repair videos. He is not allowed to do repair videos. Even though his repair knowledge far exceeds mine, we can't put him on. You can't say that.
No, it's like I think about the first 3 seconds, 4 seconds solid of that video were unpostable. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. And I guess the guy Shane sent the video to the guy whose amp it is, and he just busted the gut and showing his coworker that he's like, "This guy's hilarious."
Yeah, you made Dave's World of Fun Stuff seem like a G-rated channel.
What can I say?
Speaking of which,
it's how I work.
I haven't seen him in here yet, but you know, Sully dude, he pops in from time to time. So I don't know if you had seen it. Johnny Beane posted it on Facebook, but he got a shipment in. So he had a Johnny Beane T-shirt. He had a Canucks with Guitar shirt. He had a Dave's World of Fun Stuff sticker and a Penny Black CD, which I don't know if you know, Dave's been plugging the Penny Black CD. It's a re-release of an album. They finally released it. Dave plays bass. I think, what's his name? Nick Scarpelli from Gatto is the guitar player.
Gino Scarpelli.
Gino Scarpelli. Thank you. And
cool, man. Very cool. I have to check that out.
Yeah, and Russ Dwarf singing. And I can't remember the drummer.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a new project or something that?
I think it was back in the day, and it's just now seeing the light of day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And we love Dave. He's a fellow Canuck.
Yeah.
So it took me 9.5 hours to get here, including my 4 stops, because apparently I don't have the bladder I used to have. So
I can say last update I saw was from Cambridge this morning. So I was talking to Shane earlier. He's like, "Heard from Dad?" And I'm like, no, as far as I know, he might have been detained by border services for smuggling shoes, and he's now off to a camp.
I only smuggle them back, and ironically enough, I did repatriate. I've technically repatriated 2 pairs of Vans because I wore the white slip-ons as usual, and I brought my bandana ones to wear at Gearfest.
Scuffed up, of course.
Well, they have seen a few gigs. Yeah, I know it's funny that, we all know about it. We don't like usually talking about politics or whatever, but all the memes and stuff. And I'm like, I'm fully prepared to scuff up a guitar to bring back across the border. Like, this will be the one time I don't mind a gig bag, and I'm telling you, I'm going to throw that gig bag around the parking lot before I leave. Empty, of course.
Oh yeah,
just get it scuffed and dirty.
Bum scoot down the stairs, right? There's a toboggan down the staircase.
Yep.
Just get that thing nice and chewed up.
Then come back to the hotel room, crank up the heat to 95 degrees, have the windows closed, and just sweat all over it for 2 hours playing on it. Don't wipe down the strings. They're all rusty. Yeah. Well, the border agent did have a few questions for me. It's not just
shoes, folks.
Yeah, the border agent spent twice as long with me as with the others ahead of me. So fortunately, it was only one guy already being checked in, one guy waiting, and then I pulled up. So he's like, "Where are you headed?" I'm like, "Fort Wayne, Indiana." He's like, "What's your address?" So I told him. And then he's like, "What's going on at Fort Wayne?" I'm like, "Gearfest." Like, but I think the way I said it is like I assumed he knew. Who doesn't know about Gearfest? How do you not know? How do you not know? Are you not having a flood of Canadian guitar players headed down? And so I explained what it was. He's like, "Well, what are you doing there?" I said, "Well, I'm going to be playing a bunch of guitars." What else? I said, snapping photos, shooting some videos for YouTube. Who knows what I'll get up to? Well, that was the wrong statement to end with.
No.
And he's like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" So I said, "Well, getting together with some of the subs and fellow YouTubers, have a pint, jam, whatever." He's like, "Oh, okay. I understand." I'm like, "All right, I'm glad you do. Yes, I'm just a long-haired hippie. Just let me be. I'm just
thank you. Thank you for understanding, sir."
Yeah, thank you for understanding. He's like, "When do you come back?" I'm like, "Sunday." I said, "I don't know. Sunday." So okay, cool.
That's pretty painless.
Yes, and we have a new channel. If you want to check it out, Gigs and Gear. I'm going to plug them again. Gigs and Gear is the new channel out with Jim Guidry and Adam, EVH, formerly of our Metal Stage podcast. And we got a new channel where it's a little more expansive than just the metal, because the metal tag, it kind of pigeonholed them, they found. So new channel, same great guys. So check it out. Give them a sub.
Cool.
So, yeah. And let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm just wired from the road. I was expecting 2-hour delay at the border, because we know it's a busy border crossing. And I'm just like, shoom, I'm through. And I'm like, damn. Other than the fact that I will say, TELUS for their coverage, I drove like a good 5 minutes doing, 65 miles an hour. And I was still pulling signal, no problem. And then just at the point where there was something coming up that I had to pay attention to is when I lost service. And then so I restart the phone, no service. Restart the phone again. I'm like, come on, I don't want to end up in a part of Detroit I don't want to be in. So fortunately, booted up, and it's like, okay, in 3 kilometers. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah, definitely fun stuff. And holy crap, dude. I'm going to say congrats, our Fender Player Series video, the dedicated just on the, what was that, the Jazzmaster?
The
Jaguar. I can never remember which is which. Yeah, and the Strat. Well, you know the numbers. A good video for us is 175, 200, unless it's one of those marathons that it takes people 10 views to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're over 600 views on that, buddy.
Nice.
I know.
I had a blast playing that guitar. That was a really nice Jaguar.
Yeah.
I'm a big offset fan, but I've never been terribly partial to the Jaguar just for the shorter scale, but that was really nice.
Yeah, and I like the idea with the coil tap. So you have that. What was it? What was the one you had there that had the 2 humbuckers? The Jag Stang? They called that, or?
The Jagmaster.
Jagmaster, right.
Half Jaguar, half Jazzmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Although, really, neither of the above.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually found a Strat I actually liked. I was telling the gang earlier that I was like, oh my God, I can actually play this Strat. The fact I dive bombed on it twice and it stayed in tune. And I said, not only do I want that one, like I literally want that exact guitar.
She was a nice one.
Yeah. And for the price point, like we noticed the price bump, and I found out more about it. Terry's GG&G and I were talking about it. And so the deal is a 10% price increase across the board on Mexicans, because there's no more Mexican standards. They're now the player. The same way there's no more US standard. It's now the professional. So yeah, 10% price increase, which some people didn't like, but they've upgraded the pickups and the hardware as well. And the way I see it, that's more than 10%, if not more. You know, you're probably getting 15, 20% more guitar, right? So
yeah,
I'm down with it.
I don't know if I think they're going probably that far, like in their upgrades, but yeah. I mean, there's your 10%, easy, no problems.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I'm guessing the dog's on the stairs. Those of us with earbuds. Buy it, Ben. That Strat is beautiful. R2 R3 says. Well, we gotta wait until There's a few things in the works. Let's just say I'm not probably buying that Strat because I've got it. I'm currently getting a neck made for my Strat. Although I haven't fine-tuned exactly the neck I want, but I'm almost tempted to tell Travis to just go in, measure the new Player Series Strat neck, and that's what I want. Just throw some vintage.
Return it that night.
Yeah, put some vintage frets in it for me. You know, don't finish it. Yeah, look, and which I'll tell you off air. The Jackson JS11 that you fell in love with.
Yes,
I found out our price on it today because I wanted to know in advance because I may pick one up down here if I get a better deal. But I also found out what our price is on that one. So.
Not likely to find a better deal kind of price?
At first, I didn't think it was that much of a deal, in all honesty. No offense, Sean, if you're watching. But then when I realized what the actual retail is on it, to knock as much off as he did, because what were there, like $2.25, $2.30? I think.
MSRP or tag?
Tag.
Hang tag was $199.
Oh, $199. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we got a bit of a deal.
Yeah.
All right. I was thinking it was more than that. So then that's why I thought, because I was thinking it was like $2.25, $2.30, and all of a sudden I went, oh, wow. That's a deep discount.
$199.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And I totally forgot because I ended up waking up so early. Road early enough. I was going to see if Steph was home today because I was going to drop off the Mockingbird because I got those pickups.
Yes. Why weren't you putting me in?
Although I found out something. I played the Mockingbird for the first time standing up yesterday. She dive bombs like an SG. Headstock just made a beeline for the floor.
More weight in the headstock than there is in the whole plywood body.
True. Although I was talking with R2 R3 about it, and he said he had that problem with a Jackson of his, and all he did was switch to a different strap, and it seemed to fix the problem. So it could be because
a thicker strap.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Thicker strap, and it'll bite.
And plus, I put that new Pinup Girl one on it, and those things are slippery too, right? So
yeah.
And Terry he's back from Dairy Queen. So Terry had to go out to Dairy Queen to get a peanut butter parfait for his mother. And he said, it's melting. And then he's like, just mentioned that's why he got rid of his Mockingbird.
Yeah, you can always do the roll of dimes trick, but I mean, or pennies or whatever. I mean, but
yeah. Do you want to explain that for the viewers that don't know?
For those that don't know, if you've got a headstock diving guitar like an SG, for example, and you want a really cheap, easy, very lazy, half-arsed way of fixing it, you get a roll of pennies or nickels, dimes, whatever, some kind of coin, and you go down to your bottom bout where your strap is on your bottom button, and you kind of put it nice and centered where it's going to fit on the strap, and you duct tape it on there, and that extra weight will keep your guitar from diving. It's really an ugly workaround, but I know guys that have done it for years, and they're just like, it doesn't headstock dive anymore. I don't care how ugly it is. It works.
Sure.
And that's
I just say that's my backup slide, and I'm fearful of losing it, so that's why it's duct tape there.
Yeah, and I mean, there's that too. You just shave back a little bit of the paper, and kind of you get yourself a backup slide.
There you go.
Keep pressure on it so you don't lose all the change across the stage. But
yeah, and if you have one of those ones where it's rolled on one end and just folds on the other end, have the folding end facing up. So unless you're doing a Dave Byron flipping the guitar around and then you got coins going everywhere. Shrapnel.
Which your bandmates may not appreciate, but
this is true.
You can add to the stage effect. The coins go flying. It costs us $20 to do that stunt every night.
Terry says, isn't that more of a fighting / defensive tip, a roll of change, instead of fixing a neck-heavy guitar? Well, I suppose you could hide the roll of change inside the cavity of the electronics even, and try to add some weight down that way. Metal slug.
I suppose you could pop the strap off in a Roadhouse kind of rough and tumble incident.
Oh, yeah. Never thought about that. Yeah.
I honestly, the thought had never crossed my mind.
Well, see, now, like that, well, let's see, that's the third time in a week that Roadhouse has come up on a YouTube chat. And I mentioned that because also we got Fender Guru in the chat. Fender Guru was nice enough to have me on, I think that was last Saturday, on his Rolling Stones themed show. So give him a sub, gang. I think I might even have a link down below for him, but definitely give him a sub. He does some great stuff, him and his buddy Carl. So they had me on, and I was talking about live music growing up in my area. You know, and we had everything from the small English pubs up to full-on roadhouses that had 300-400 people in them.
The old Dutch Mill and Doctors.
The Queensway. You know, that was a huge room back in the day, and the Cave.
That for years I swore, and I still will swear to this day, because I know that stage is still there behind the new facade they built. That is the best stage in the Quinte area. Like, I loved playing that stage. It was one of my favorite stages to play. They had one of the best dance floors. It was a complete dive and an absolute S-hole by the time I got around to playing there. But
exactly,
because it was such a cool stage.
Its heyday was ending as I became legal to get in there. And for those who don't know, Rich is 11 years younger than me, so it was just poached by that point.
It was a venue, I could say, of all the times I played there, never once did we ever wind up getting paid. And every single time we had an agreement to be paid, worked out beforehand. So
whereas my old man was
getting those gigs.
Yeah, whereas I think my old man would do a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday there, and the band would get $1,200 for the 3 nights, and that's in 1985. So we were talking about these places with Fender Guru, and he's like, well, what kind of place was that? I'm like, well, have you ever seen the movie Roadhouse? He's like, those places didn't exist. I'm like, oh, yeah. So then when we had the old man on, well, you saw the video, and I mentioned it to the old man. I was like Roadhouse? He's like, oh, I played in many places with chicken wire. I'm like, yes, that's Dave Coombs right there, folks.
That was awesome. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, watch the Father's Day special. I laughed.
Everybody should.
It's fantastic. It was really, really great.
That's what I've been telling everybody. Share it, not for us, not for Canucks with Guitars, not for me, for the channel, but for my dad.
For Dave,
just for my dad.
Coombs.
Yeah, and we will have him back on.
If you didn't watch that and just be like, this is like awesome, then I don't know, you don't have a heartbeat, man. Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have Tobin in the chat. Tobin 1. You've seen him on before. He's actually from my dad's hometown, Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I saw that in the video. I know.
Oh, yeah.
They lived over Mechanic Street.
yeah.
It's like, the proper East Coast thing. Oh, I knew his brother lived over on the street. They had the black dog, and they had the old green Chevy there. The proper East Coast style. The way my mom tells you about people.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
They lived on that red house they lived on that red house on the corner. They had that big white dog. Across the street from them was those people, that old brown van.
Yeah. Or if you meet anyone more than 10 years older than you and they recognize your last name, the first thing out of their mouth is, what's your father's name? What's your father's name?
What's father's name?
Yeah. We got a new guy in here. See, I'm not real fam. Hey, do you know Genet Tools? I'm not familiar. Or Gen IT Tools? Genet Tools? I don't know. Do you know it?
Genie Tools? Maybe.
Let's see, and I'm just going to scroll up in case
Is
I
there
missed
more
anyone else.
elaboration coming?
Yeah, well, we'll see. There is a bit of a delay, so we shall see. Yeah, and hello to anyone I missed in the chat here. So, and let's see. Fender Guru says I was blown away by that show, Ben. Thanks. And Tobin said, "Love the show with your dad, Ben." Well, of course, as I believe that's what my dad said.
That was great.
Sydney, eh? And then he's, "What's your father's name?" I knew some Tobin. Yeah. That's my dad. Yeah, definitely we'll have to have him back on. Some people are saying, you got to have him on once a week. I'm like, hey now. we want to talk too. You know.
Yeah, David just steal the show. And I don't mean that he'd be Bulgar to be talking. He's just, he's got more to talk about.
Yeah, just going to get rid of that. We don't need that. Something negative. So, anyways, R2 now has a job, and it isn't to time out my mom. You saw that in the video too.
I did see that. I didn't actually hear any resolution of what that was about, or did I just miss that?
He at first he said his kids were playing with his phone. Hey, there's Lando 27 Music, another guy everybody should give a sub to. Lando's going live at 10 p.m. and I'm going to do a hangout with him because here I am in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm wired from the road. I might as well. I'm not going to sleep tonight. We know it's going to be like Christmas Eve, so might as well hang out with Landon. So, yeah. Yeah, that's not really guitar related, buddy. So I'm just going to delete that, or one of the mods can delete that. So, anyways.
I'm missing all the good stuff.
Yeah, he's trying to do wordplay to make it sound like something else, and I'm not going to read it out, so. All right, give me a sec here. Let's see, remove. And how about a timeout as well? Or should I let R2 do that since he knows how to do it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Terry already. Oh, I forgot. We got the super mod Terry in here. It's one of the reasons I made him a mod right away, right? I figured, if he's modding for all the big channels, at least, this will be a piece of cake.
I just realized I could actually be looking at the chat myself.
Yeah, you could. JJ Collins just popped in. Oh, man, I still haven't got around to watching. JJ Collins was on Joe Wentz's channel. Did an interview. And I got to get JJ on with us, too. Next time we do a subscriber hangout. JJ, if you're in the chat, we'll get you on, buddy. Then we can have 2 JJs at once. That's a lot of JJs. Oh, yeah, if you notice, I made you a mod, too. Richie has a wrench. Yeah, I forget. What was it? One of the videos where you popped into the chat or something like that. I think I was rewatching it for something, and I was like, oh, we might as well make Rich a mod. Makes sense. I'll get, Fender Guru says, I'll get Terry to mod for us too. Everybody, yeah. Well, Terry's got a new nickname. He's known as the ambassador of YouTube.
Yeah.
And let's see, looks like R2 is talking about his accidental timeout. Hey, so Sylvesterado 1. Hello from Indiana. Well, hello from Indiana as well. R2 is a mod for us too. That makes sense. Yeah, if I ever able to catch you live, I'll go in the chat. Oh, no, actually, I think Andrew made me a mod on that channel too, come to think of it. All right, see you, Ma. Ma's heading out.
Bye, Maggie.
Yeah, so yeah, somehow R2 accidentally timed her out for 300 seconds. It's like putting him in the penalty box. So she and we, I mentioned, I'm like, you got to wait it out, and I'm like, guys, can you see if you can undo it? And you can't undo it. And so, Mom says goodnight, Richie. Well, you got the chat.
I can see it.
Yeah. That's why I'm just so used to reading it off all the time. Yeah, so then she actually came in the room, right? Because she's like, I can't type anything. I'm like, I'm sorry. R2's sorry. We're all sorry. You just got to wait. So he felt so bad. And then he goes back and timestamps it too, right? It was like at 28:30,
Watch
R2.
me, Dan. That's Ben's mom.
Yeah. And man, we had what? See, I'm interviewing Dad. Mom's watching and chatting. My sister jumps in. My cousin Doug was there. My cousin Siobhan was there. You know, it was a full-on family affair from both sides of the family because Siobhan's from Mom's side, and then we know Doug. Get some sleep. Yeah, at some point. I'll be lucky if I get 5 hours sleep tonight. So, because I don't sleep well in strange places anyways, and Fort Wayne's a little strange.
Yeah, you just don't get too many of those blues into you, and you'll be all right getting up in the morning.
Yeah, I think Bruce is going to be here at 8. And we know how I do mornings. Well, maybe I'll just do it that style. Little hair of the dog, we'll be good to go. You know, have something to eat on the way. There's some kind of breakfast thing down there. They're like, oh, yeah, we got muffins, granola bars, you know, coffee to go. And it's like, well, I'm loading up. I'm not hitting a food truck then at Gearfest. I'll just load up on food here.
Roll in with pockets full of granola bars and muffins coming out.
Yeah, well, I picked up some granola bars too because, again, I love...
You can offer Robert Keeley a muffin.
He may need it. If you saw his post earlier today talking about his special vape he was using.
Oh.
So. Oh, yeah, well, you know how I love going to American grocery stores. Well, I must put them back in the fridge. They have, like... You got to check these out, dude. Oh. Because I have a fridge right next to me.
Handy.
It's like Lunchables for adults.
Oh yeah, where was I? Freshco or somewhere. Somewhere in Bent recently I saw those. I was like, holy crap, it's Lunchables for adults.
But the funny part is, you know, like a Lunchable is like three or $4 bucks. Okay. Yeah, like $3 or $4 for a Lunchable normally. They're $1 here. So I was like, you know, by the time by the time I got checked in, went live briefly, it was already like 6:30. I knew you were going to have problems, so that's why I sent you the link so early and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. So it's just like, and plus there was like 20 comments to answer on YouTube, so I never did go out to eat. Like I was doing a coin toss between Cracker Barrel and Golden Corral because there's a Golden Corral like just 4 minutes down the road, and there's a Cracker.
After that Golden Corral in Charlotte, I've ruined a Golden Corral. I'm never going to do another one again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was so good yet so terrible. I've never eaten anywhere where I've been as scared like that I was going to leave there with a terrible case of diphtheria or something.
Well, this is the thing. I'm
but
like,
it was
what am
so good.
Yeah, I don't want to gorge, you know, like on 4 plates of Golden Corral and then be walking around tomorrow at Sweetwater, you know, and have a biological emergency. Yeah. I was like, sorry, bro, gotta go. Let's see. What else we got here?
But yeah, speaking of interesting grocery items today, and so
yes,
picked up some alarmingly disappointing popsicles today.
Oh,
Swedish berry and fuzzy peach. Now you think, oh, Swedish berries, fuzzy peaches. How can you mess that up? Oh. They've managed to. They have managed to. It's just like kind of sort of tastes like Swedish berry and ice, but mostly ice. I'm like, maybe it's just like, you know, the flavor's further down. No, there's no flavor hidden further down. The whole thing just tastes a hint of Swedish berry and then just like freezer burn. Like, wow. And the fuzzy peach wasn't any better. So. The stuff's like, well, they're low calorie. I'm like, how do you make a low calorie popsicle? Where is the calorie in a popsicle?
Oh, and I found something else I want to import from here back to Canada. Their internet. When I checked in, right? I was like, so I confirmed you got free Wi-Fi, and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, awesome. I'm doing a YouTube show tonight, and they're like, because at first they were like, when I walked in, you know, they see the brand new shirt. You know, I got the new Levy hat on and stuff. And so they're like, are you here for Gearfest? I was like, yeah. So you're vending, right? I was like, no, actually, I'm just here, covering it for my YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh. I was like, let me guess, the logos on new clothing? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, just recent acquisitions. So then
you need a new shirt to fly out with.
Yeah. So then I said I was doing the YouTube show tonight, and she went, you might have a problem. She goes, our Wi-Fi is really slow. And I was like, oh, man, really? I said, no biggie. I said, when I broadcast from home, I'm either pixelated or frozen half the time anyway, so no big whoop. So the first thing I do is I log into it. I do a speed test. The download is 12 times my download at home, and the upload was something like 4 or 5 times the speed. So I'm like, oh, we're gold.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. That's not bad.
No. Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, that'll be good. So it'll be good for uploading videos too, hopefully, as long as YouTube doesn't bottleneck them. So hopefully I'll have some videos uploading at some point, depending on how well we party tomorrow night. So there's a concert going on at Bruce's hotel down the street, as well as stuff out on the Sweetwater campus. Yeah, the Dan Hall guest house is where Bruce is staying. That's kind of the official hotel for Gearfest. So I think Mitch Gallagher, who does all the Sweetwater stuff, his band plays there like once or twice a month and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah, so who knows if there's a jam session, especially if I have a bit of liquid courage into me. Screw it, I'll get up, I'll play.
Why not? Why not?
I've been watching a bunch of chicken picking videos lately. So there will be a video coming out. Does it chicken pick? That's all I'm going to say. Similar to, you see Shane from In the Blues did Does It Blues, and he did, he's wearing the metal wig and everything. So I was already told I don't need the wig, so that's fortunate. So I think we're going to see a pointy style guitar, but I just need to brush up on my chicken picking licks a little more so I don't just play the same 2 or 3 ones. Oh, we got a report, folks, because he's not in the chat for once. Mr. BHB, aka Bruce, at the hotel now. Yeah. So what they did was they grabbed a hotel room part way. So he's 45 minutes away from me, he says. Quickly answer. Awesome. On live now. Boom. There we are. Yeah, he was so excited. So he was funny. We were talking yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I got the butterflies." And I was pretty good. I was so busy this week getting stuff done, and we shot all those videos on Saturday. I did the thing with my dad on Sunday. I'd just been busy. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, literally midnight last night, I had a wave of what I thought was nausea at first, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, yep, Gearfest, I'm leaving tomorrow. Should probably try to get some sleep. And then, I happened to wake up at like 7 o'clock this morning or 7:30 or something. I'm like, all right, I'm awake. Let's grab a cup of coffee, because I wasn't even going to have a coffee before I left. I was like, screw it. I got time now. Have a coffee and head out on the road, just take my time. And other than hitting one pothole, throwing a wheel weight off one of the tires, we're good to go. Dan Sullivan says, be right back. Need to get my Willie's tobacco. Yes. Legally, kind of.
Almost. Soon.
Let's see. Michael B says, they gave that guitar to him so nice. Congrats to him. Who are we talking about? I must have missed something. So Bruce is still technically in Ohio, R2. I think he's right on the border. Oh, Music is Win. Right. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch it. Like I said, I've been so busy. And honestly, I watch videos of my subscribers first, and then I go from there. So I've been checking out your stuff, Michael B. Most of it goes over my head, but I'm trying to understand it. This whole live jamming thing over the Google, I like the idea. And Music is Win. I've actually been watching some of it. That's, what's his name? Tyler? I want to say his name is. He's funny. I think he did a talk box. Like, it was like an idiot tries a talk box or something like that. And at one point in the video, because literally there's no instructions with an MXR talk box, and I don't know if he was playing it up as a complete neophyte towards the idea, but then again, I thought, well, not everybody's into talk boxes, right? Like you and I, you know. So I'm watching it, and he literally looks up the camera and he goes, I bet this is painful to watch for some people. And I had to comment. I'm like, yes, at times this video was in fact very painful to watch, but epically hilarious at the same time, because he's literally hits it. There's sound coming out of this hose. Like what's going on? Like, not understanding it. I was just, yeah. Okay, so it must have been Tyler, because I see Dan message says, I love Tyler's Gibson is dead video. Yeah. He's got some cool stuff. Paul's been watching, is it Daryl Braun? I think that's his name. And he may even be Canadian. No? Yeah, I think it was him. I just put a set of like, the Gretsch pickups, the Filtertron pickups in an Epi Les Paul.
What?
Interesting sound. I liked it. It is a different sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael B says he is. There we go. So that could be either one. That could either be Tyler or Daryl. So they're both cool, in my opinion. So I think Lando knows one or both of them or something. Of course, Lando's been at it longer than us, so we're still new. We're still established in 2018. Even though the channel says it's been around for 5 years. It's because I had like one video up 4 years ago. Well, what are we looking at here time-wise? All right, we've been going about an hour, but I figure since you missed the first half, we can go a little longer. Anything?
Actually, I got some laundry and stuff I got to get into here shortly. So
Okay.
Probably much longer than myself.
All right. So anything you want me to check out over the next couple of days?
Yeah. Go bop the EHX wreck right in the nose.
Okay.
Tell them their quality. Tell them their quality is just... My big muff's on the fritz.
Really?
Like, I had it like, what, a month and a half?
Yeah.
Like 5, 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks tops.
Wow.
Yeah, she's on the fritz.
Meanwhile, like, I've never had a problem with a single, and how many of their, well, other than that used OD glove I bought that basically tried to
with the exception of the last 2 that I purchased, I've never, ever, ever, ever had a problem with an EHX pedal. The last 2 that I purchased, brand new, my 1980 small code works like a dime. Never.
I will say, I may not bop them in the nose, but I will pull them aside. I will do that.
Yeah, I really choked about it. Like,
let's see. Lando says, yeah, Daryl's in Saskatchewan. Awesome. And Showman asks, what kind of guitar are you looking to buy? Something in the affordable line.
I gotta take a call.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, definitely something in the affordable line. I don't have a ton of cash. Hang on, I'm going to mute your mic, Rich. There. Meant to mute Rich, and I muted myself. Wow. There we go. So, yeah, something affordable. I don't know, maybe an import Jackson, Charvel, possibly. Like, again, mainly I'm going to check their open box deals on stuff. I muted your mic, Rich. You have to unmute your mic up top. So, should be the second icon along the top. Well, maybe the first. I don't know. Depends on if you're able to invite people or not. So yeah, something import, possibly an EVH of some kind. Who knows? I'm wide open. I know I won't buy an Epiphone Les Paul. I got one. I don't play it. I gotta get. Although I am looking for Kluson tuners because then I don't have to mod. The current Les Paul I have, and they do make a locking Kluson tuner, so I'm interested in trying that. Yep, you're unmuted. Yes. So, oh, no, you just muted yourself again. I think. No. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we are. Yeah. So I didn't know if you knew they make a lock and Clusen tuner. So yeah, I was thinking I'll pick them up for that. What was that? A 57 tribute. So get that back playing.
Yeah, 57 tribute. Yeah.
I may end up flipping the Fibson, so I know I have a very interested buyer in it. So considering every time he sees that, so
Dan Sullivan is
bring a roasted board across the border.
Not terribly far off.
Actually, if you own, I got clarification on this. You can own a rosewood fretboard guitar and cross the border, no problem. You just can't sell it across the border. But as far as you're traveling with a guitar that happens to have a rosewood fretboard, no problem.
It across.
Yeah, you can transport across, no problem.
So you just can't purchase internet. All right, that's
yeah, that's where that I believe because I always like to source where I find out stuff. I believe Shane from In the Blues told me that. I believe. Right. Yeah, and I figured he knows people that travel. Yeah. Now, granted, what do I know? So, I believe I heard from a guy you can. So you're good, not to worry about rosewood or ebony. Yeah, and it'll probably be that Powell Pharaoh stuff, anyways, or Ooga Booga or whatever they call that stuff.
Yeah, Boobinga.
Yeah.
Boingo Boingo. Whatever the new word of the week is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finishing up a YouTube show, Steph. Hi. Oh, wait. He has headphones plugged in. She won't hear me. Yeah, we'll be wrapping it up shortly. I said hi to Steph. She didn't hear me because he had the headphones, so.
There you go. Relay the message.
Yeah, you can tell her I made it alive once again. So, I'll touch base with EHX, definitely, yeah, because that seems to be an ongoing issue. We may have some announcements coming up with our retailer friends. Some stuff's in the works there. Also, what else we got? Just trying to think of anything coming up. So, yeah, I'm going to go live a few times from Gearfest. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Sunday show or not, guys. It depends on, honestly, what time I get home. Other than that, we got some stuff in the works. We got, the Roundtable coming up July 1st on Canada Day. Check out the PVHP2, Ben. Yes, I know they have them at Sweetwater. They're not cheap. I think they're right around the $2,000 mark. So I was told I have a $12,000 limit on the credit card, but if I max it out, I'm not welcome back home. So I have $11,000 available. Hey, there's Islander Winder. Islander Winder is a pickup builder out of Newfoundland.
Paul a finger point.
That's gold. That's gold. Do a show from the road at a Tim Hortons. I don't want to go to a Tim Hortons. Ugh.
Oh, come on. You got to go to Heart Bags, guy.
Oh, I can't stand Tim Hortons. No, they're doing poutine now. And I'm like thinking that's got to be the worst poutine.
No. Nothing about that sounds good. See, Heart Bags should just stick to doing donuts, coffers, and then maybe the Sammies. The little brekkie Sammies ain't too bad.
Yeah.
But
maybe a bagel or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the chili. You know what? But their chili went
down.
They used to have one of
there's Cheddar Compow. He says, "Yo, Ben, are you in Fort Wayne too?" I am. Are you already here, buddy? Because we just got to our hotel. Well, there you go. Where are you staying? If you don't mind me asking. Or you can message me on Facebook. I'm at the... Where the hell am I? The Extended Stay America North. That's where I am. Ben, I hope you have a great time and run into lots of friends. Showman Blues says. Yeah, well, Cheddar Compow, I'm looking to hook up with him, among others. Dan Sullivan says, have done sub now that you don't like Tim's. Hey, dude, they push that Canadiana, but remember, it's been owned by Americans for a long time. It's owned by Wendy's. So, plus, they barely carry donuts anymore.
No, that is hugely
and pies. They used to have pies and cakes. They used to be a bakery, and now they're half fast food.
They don't even employ bakers anymore. Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for me, gang. I'm on.
All right.
Here. Ben,
all right. I'm gonna wrap things up. Thanks, buddy.
As they come in.
Yeah. And I'll probably be texting you some cool stuff.
All right.
Rock on.
See you next Thursday, gang. Take care. Have a good night, everyone.
I'll message you that price later.
Yeah. All right. I'm intrigued.
Yes.
All right. Take care.
See ya.
Come on now.
Are you clicking the red phone? I think he clicked the red phone. Well, he turned off something. There we go. And he's gone. There we go. So Tim Hortons in the 80s was the best. Yeah, Terry, it's gone downhill a lot since then. So just before I forget. Actually, I should double check the message from Sean. All right. See, I was off. I already quoted him the wrong price. Oops. And then I typed in the wrong price. There we go. Action-packed, folks. I know. See you around tomorrow, hopefully, Ben. Have a good one. Yeah, Cheddar. Cheers, buddy. So, yeah. Gearfest, bunch of videos coming up. We'll see about a Sunday deal. I don't know. We'll see. I will do some hits on my way home as well. Islander Winder says, Terry's TJ, so there is 2 pickup winders in Newfoundland. I'm talking to one whom isn't winding because of a bike accident buggered up his arm. Don't know another winder here. Are you not a winder, sir? Just curious. Thank you, Dan. And he says, enjoy your night, Ben. I will. I am. Be careful and have a good time. Thank you, David. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Oh, wait, I'm not reversed, so I can go hit subscribe. Make sure the bell looks like it's ringing. JJ, thanks, man. I will. It's bigger and better than Music Fest. Sure, I don't have Richie with me, but I'll have a Bruce with me. This is Glenn Fricker. All right, let's link in new tab. That way I'll check that out as well. Thank you, Terry. Tone Bolts. Yes, I didn't give you a shout out earlier. My Aussie friend. Good to see you, brother. Can't miss Glenn. He's a nice guy. Yes, it seems to be. He's long, curly hair, glasses. Yeah, I think I know who Glenn is. That way I'll walk right up and say hi. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end this so I can eat those adult Lunchables. Put something into my system. Because all I've eaten today is a pepperoni stick and started having beer. Whoops. So let's see. You can't miss Glenn because he's quite a personality, cool guy. Awesome. Everyone says you can't miss Glenn. All right. Well, I'll definitely at least look at, a thumbnail. But I think I know who it is. Thanks, R2. I'm sorry I couldn't make it up, buddy. And do the show too, right? Like if we weren't doing the show tonight, probably. Good night, everyone, until the next episode. Yeah, buddy. So everyone, be safe out there. Hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Put that shopping cart away that the other guy didn't. Be a good person. Good things will happen to you, friends. So until next time, cheers. Rock on. Peace.